moon is low, the stars don't blink. The night feels heavy like it's trying to think. Every breath a question, why not near? I call your name but it disappears. I wanna see you again. Feel the fire like back then. I wanna see you again. Baby, make this heart a man. Raindrops hit the pavement slow. Each one a beat to the love we know. Your shadow lingers in the glow. Why'd you leave? Why'd you go? Can't escape it, no I can't. This feeling like a chance. I wanna see you again. Feel the fire like back then. I wanna see you again. Baby, make this heart a man. The city hums a quiet tune.
Good morning. It's foodie time. Hi, y'all. We're back. Foodie time is a connect and grow chat. If you type hashtag grow in our chat, it will show your link and people can go to your channel and check you out. And if you're here for the replay, be sure and leave a comment in the replay so we can say hello. And also be sure to check out our live chat because there are a whole bunch of people showing the links in our live chat. Just saying. If you're building your community, this is the place to be. Yeah, because this community is freaking awesome. But you guys, we're back. We're back. You guys, I felt guilty about leaving and during the cold weather. But on second thought, I was so glad to get out of here. The temperature was going to like -3. And I kept saying to my husband, if we don't catch that plane, we're going to have to take a train because I'm getting out of here. So, he was feeling like, okay, I better get out of here. Woman is desperate to get to some warm air. Yeah. All I can say is when the weather gets bad, it's not a bad thing just to take a drive on down the coast. Okay. I would have just been happy to go to Miami. In fact, Miami was a really good trip for us. We went down a couple days early. And we stayed in Coral Gables. And y'all probably have heard me talk about Coral Gables. It's one of the not as popular areas of Miami because most people have no idea that it exists. South Beach is so big and downtown is so big. Most people don't even know about Coral Gables or Coconut Grove. That's another discussion. But Coral Gables was awesome. The Hyatt there was awesome. I'm going to try and do a video about the 2 Hyatts I stayed in because I wanted to compare them. And definitely, Coral Gables was the winner. I told Jorge that this particular Hyatt Regency went to the top of the list for the Hyatt hotels for me. I really loved it. But let's just say hello to everybody before we can get too far into that discussion. Scott Smith came in first. Good morning, foodie driving and listening. Today's going to be challenging for me because my little mouse is not working, y'all. And I've not really done this without a mouse before. It seems a little tricky. I don't know. Hopefully I'll be able to come down. If not, please bear with me. I'm going to try the best I can without a mouse to navigate StreamYard. And it looks like I'm going to have to go do some shopping today and get a new mouse. But anyway, I did do a live while I was in Miami. I tried to do a live on the ship and it didn't quite work out. And I know that Kiki did. Oh, that's a whole nother story. Kiki of Team Reese was on the same cruise. She did a live and hers turned out okay after about two attempts. So maybe I should have attempted it more times. I don't know, but we both had the premium Wi-Fi. There's a step up called Work at Sea that, I wasn't ready to pay for. I mean, I would call it, I guess, working at sea. Y'all have to excuse me also. As soon as I hit Kentucky, my allergies all kicked right back in again. So I don't know what to say about that. But I did try to do a live. And well, it didn't work out. So I also did a video that wasn't live and just went on and posted it since I had the premiere or the premium, excuse me, premium Wi-Fi was able to post the link, post the clip that I made. So that was good. Yeah. How was vacation? First question. Hi, Josiane, part of the Foodie Squad. Welcome in, my friend. Vacation was awesome, even though it was cold, which I'll get into in a moment. It was cold. You know, Miami was warm because the days we were there, it was warm. But when we were headed to Cozumel, yeah, that was a whole different situation right there. Hey, there's Angie from across the bridge in Indiana. They're talking about you like you're in the North, girlfriend. They don't know that we're on the Mason-Dixon line. Okay, we ain't in the North. We ain't in the South. We ain't in the North. We're right in the middle. And it is freaking cold here, okay? I don't know what to say about it, but welcome in, my friend. I'm glad to see you. Linda Toman, also part of the Foodie Squad. Good morning, Linda, my crafty friend. My sailor, my sailor friend. Welcome in. Welcome in. Will G coming in. Morning, all. Well, welcome, William. I love seeing you come in because I know you're not going to say much, but then when the moment hits, the right moment for some good information, Will always pops in some good information. That Savage Vlogger 69. Hey, Gotham President Vicky. Thank you, sweetie. That's Batman. He always calls me President Vicky. And I like that. Anyway, I like to share the stream. You're awesome, dude. You just are awesome. And there's Ryan Parker Studios, Morning All Working and Lurking. He comes on today at 11:30 a.m. with the Fish Tank Live. Be sure to check Ryan out. He'll be dropping his link to let y'all know how to get there. So everybody's speaking. More to see. My new friends, more to see. I'm so glad I connected with y'all, and I'm so glad that you guys came and checked all of us out. I saw you on GLT. I was like, they're getting around. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. You know, I love it when people that I've connected to get a chance to see the whole community. They come in, which is awesome. And then they connect with people in the community and they get to see how awesome the rest of our community is. And I see them when I'm in other chats and I'm thinking, wow, that's great. That really worked out awesome. So yeah, glad to see y'all this morning. And Trisha, another person I connected to, Trisha said self. She is now the channel. She is the featured channel on GLT. I was like, girl, I mean, oh my God. Trisha is my casino friend, by the way. We have seen I've seen her on other casino channels that I have watched. I watch too many casino channels, y'all. That's just the reality of the situation. Okay, if I do this down arrow, that kind of helps. Okay, we'll do that. Ron, the Family Adventures. Hi, Ron. Good morning. Welcome in. And who else is here? Oh my goodness, you guys. There's a lot of discussion going on in here. There's Jeremy and Cheryl's Cruise Adventures. Hi, y'all. Hashtag grow showing that link. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. And more to see, type in hashtag grow. Yes, more to see. Really getting out. I'm so glad you guys are here. Warm weather, please. Amen to that, y'all. Warm weather. But let me just say this real quick. We started out nice and warm at Miami. Miami's the 2 days we were in there, you couldn't have picked a better day to run a marathon, which unfortunately, as you all know, there was marathons running during that weekend. That's a whole nother story, y'all. The time it took us to get to the port was not good, okay? It was, and what was really hilarious, and y'all, when I was telling this story to my daughter, who it's her birthday today. Today is my oldest daughter's birthday today. Happy birthday. I can't even tell you how old she is. That's how old I am. I can't even tell you my daughter's birthday age. But anyway, I told her the story and she cracked up. But we got into an Uber. And Jorge, when he described the Uber before it came, he was like, well, it's a Maxima, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty good Uber. We got into that Uber, y'all. That guy had all the windows rolled down. And my hair, as y'all remember, I used to have curls, right? It was disastrous. We were in that car for like an hour and a half trying to get to the port. And we were only like 6 miles away. I mean, come on now. It was 6.9 miles, I think, away. It took us an hour and a half to get to the port. And no, let me put that another way. It took us an hour and a half to get to the actual embarkation area of Virgin because they had construction going on as well. So right now, if you're going to Miami's port, it's going to be worse than it ever was. Now, the good news is we had priority boarding. The bad news was we didn't get there in time for the priority boarding. But when we got there, I told the lady we had priority boarding. She asked to see it. I showed it. She took us to the front of the line, and there you go. I was like, y'all, totally worth it. Totally worth it just to be able to go to the front of the line and get on. I was just so happy. But the weather was perfect in Miami. It was like 72 degrees, something like that. We had already been running around Coral Gables, walking around. It was beautiful. Like I said, I came on live in Coral Gables. So y'all saw one of the parks we were in, the Giraldi Park. It was a small park. We also went down Miracle Mile, which is a long mile of shops and stuff, just like in Chicago, but not the same shops as in Chicago. I'm just going to tell you right now, there's some weird boutique shops on that street, but all kinds of good food, y'all. So if you're a foodie like me, you will totally enjoy Coral Gables. I highly recommend it for anybody going to Miami for something different to do. Good morning, Nettie and JT. Hey, how y'all doing? Foodie Squad members. Good morning. Nettie, we watched some of your videos from the Norwegian Bliss this weekend. You might have noticed the comments. Me and Jorge watched them. We were talking about Mazatlan and your Mexican Riviera cruise because every once in a while we talk about taking that cruise. And as y'all know, Jorge don't even like to cruise, but he does like the idea of going to the Mexican Riviera. So maybe he'll do that one day. But y'all, that was some really good stuff. So highlight today was some Mexican. Well, you know, Nettie's personality. Nettie, you and I, we get along so well because we are similar in our thought process. The whole time you were doing your videos, I'm thinking, girl, we are so similar. I love this community more too. See, we love y'all. We're so glad you're here. I'm so glad you guys are here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's Scotty J. And Scotty J is part of the Foodie Squad. Good morning, Scotty. What is up, my friend? My whoop, whoop friend. Be sure to check out Scotty and Cheryl on Wednesday night, Acres Away. That's when they have their show, their very popular show. Be sure to check it out. Happens at 9:30 Eastern, which is kind of late for me, but I still check it out, y'all. 9:30 Eastern or 8:30 Central Time. And there's, if you see Amy, part of the Foodie Squad, whoop, whoop, I hope you had a great vacation, girl. Okay, let me just say right up front, y'all, the weather was, Cozumel was so bad. Well, it wasn't cold. It was like 68 degrees, but it was really windy, which, as y'all know, the wind chill is a factor. Whenever you got like weather that's not warm and wind is blowing, it feels really cold. Well, we get to, the first 2 days of the cruise were awesome. The first day and the second day, the sea day, were wonderful. It was a 5-night cruise on the Scarlet Lady by Virgin Voyages. So the second day was beautiful, but then going to Cozumel the third day, that wind kicked up the waves. That ship was doing this and this. And I was thinking to myself, it's a good thing I don't get seasick. On big ships, I don't get seasick. And even though Virgin is like a medium ship, it's about the size probably of the Freedom of the Seas, and I don't get sick. So, but I know there were a lot of people that got sick that day because I was saying to my husband, I said, the good news is I've been drinking. I had been drinking. I had a bar tab. I was drinking, and I couldn't tell. I was like, okay, I said, Tori, is that a wave? Or is that me? And he's like, no, that's a wave. And so I know them people were feeling it. Okay. And what was really crazy is they canceled the excursions. So, if you had an excursion booked to even Sancho's or what's that other place, Paradise Beach, they canceled all of those. Those aren't even excursions with the ship. Those are just private excursions that were canceled. So A lot of people were telling me they're not going to get to go to Sancho's or to Paradise Beach. But the weirdest thing of all things that was weird, Scarlet Night. Now, those of y'all who are familiar with Scarlet Night, no, Scarlet Night is the night it's the night that you all wear red, okay? And you do this weird stuff. That's all I react. Only way I can explain it is it's sort of a ceremony that has to do with an octopus and a wedding and a few other bizarre things. But everybody is out in different places all over the ship, okay? Now, normally, the big ceremony is out on the pool. The first time we did this, it was a big ceremony out on the pool. Well, this particular time, because nobody could go out, they closed the decks as soon as the weather kicked up and the ship started rocking. They had to have Scarlet Night inside. And y'all, it was crazy. People were running every which direction. I mean, we were, and we would walk by people we had met the first 2 nights, and they go to the theater and see such and such and such, and go to this place and see that place. And so they had a hip hop dance party late that night, and I heard Tim Reese say that they really enjoyed it. We did not make it to that. Somehow, we did not make it to that. I mean, I think I remember going there briefly and maybe recording. I'll remember when I get my clips, all downloaded. But I don't remember that part, but I do remember going to see the diva. I do remember going to the thing in the theater where the lady was singing about how she drowned her man because she was a mermaid and she made him come down in the water. And it's a long story, but everybody looked nice, though. All the red outfits. Team Reese, Kiki, and Ray looked beautiful. If you don't get a chance now, well, because we're talking, but later, be sure to check out Kiki and Ray and how they dressed up for Scarlet Night. Now, Scarlet Night is not really a dress-up date. In fact, the CEO of Virgin Voyages says on a video, on the TV, that you do not have to dress any specific way on this cruise. It is not a dress-up situation, picture-taking situation, because that's how that all got started. That formal night is all about selling pictures. Y'all know that. But he says you can show up to dinner any way you would normally show up to dinner. If you're going to a restaurant or something. I mean, there's specialty restaurants. If you don't dress appropriately, you're going to probably stick out like a thumb. But dressing appropriately doesn't mean you have to be formal. It just means, wear, an outfit that you would normally wear to like Longhorn or somewhere. Okay? So that was that. But there were some people that were really dressed up on Scarlet Night, specifically this one woman that we got into. I was telling Kiki about this because we got into this elevator with this lady who was really tall. They saw her too. I mean, she was tall and statuesque. She had on this skin-fitting red sequined up, I don't even know, it was gorgeous. And I couldn't stop staring at her, and Jorge, of course, was trying not to look at her. That was the other funny thing because she was very shapely, but it reminded me of Jessica Rabbit. So, it was just hilarious. But yeah, she was all decked out. Her significant other looked gorgeous. I mean, he had on the perfect suit, looked like it was tailor-made. They looked so good. I said to myself, see, this is why I'm glad I didn't dress up, because if I was standing next to her, I had on a red dress, y'all, but it wasn't nothing like everybody else's red dresses and stuff. But I had on a red dress, but y'all, people would have not even noticed I was there. Fabulous hair. Oh, Amy, thank you. I mean, yeah. Thank you. You just made my day. Look who's here. It's Kiki. I was on Kiki's live last night. Her and Ray do the Sunday night live. I was on their live last night, and I was cracking up for her telling the story of how hard it was for her to keep the secret that she was getting on that cruise ship, knowing full well after I started talking about it that we were getting on the same cruise. Sure enough, y'all, I'm in the terminal, and I look to one side, and I saw somebody, and I go, wait a minute, I know her. Jorge was looking like, oh no, because this has happened before in the terminal. That's another funny story. But anyway, did we take a picture together? I just thought about that. I think we did. I hope we did, man. I hope we took a picture together. I don't know if we did or not, but anyway. I yelled, Kiki! And she turned around and saw me and started cracking up because she knew that right then and there, she was busted. She hadn't told anybody she was on the cruise ship. She didn't tell me, but there she was. And I saw them and I was like, Kiki and Raya on the ship. And she was like, well, we haven't told anybody yet. And, I wasn't going to tell nobody. I mean, who could I tell? The only people I could tell were on the ship. But it was just hilarious. So that was the highlight of our cruise, is meeting them, because y'all, they are absolute sweetie pies. But you already knew that. You already knew that. I mean, I really enjoyed. One day we were talking in the galley. We were talking for hours. And I was thinking to myself, if we didn't have to do stuff, we'd have probably still been talking for hours. I mean, we really enjoyed meeting them. Anfield layout. Okay, I'm going to say it. Anfield Road layout in the loft. Lee, you are just messing with me. Hi, everyone. Hi, Lee. How are you doing? So anyway, as I was saying, it got real windy in Cozumel. So the next weird thing that happened after the Scarlet Night thing, everybody was laying out inside the ship. Yeah. You were walking down, and I just want to say this. When I was a Scarlet Lady the first time, there were no lines. I mean, it was like a third of the people were on there. I don't know what happened. I do kind of know what happened, because it's been 4 years since our first time on there, maybe 3 years, 4 years, 3 years. But anyway, Virgin has become a lot more popular because of the people that have been advertising them on a regular basis, like Life With Us TV and a bunch of other travel agents that have been really talking about Virgin. Plus, when Carnival started acting goofy, and I mean that, acting goofy and changing their loyalty program and advertising stuff that was just crazy. I don't know why they did all that. The negativity part just really didn't need to be in there about the dancing and all that. Y'all, look, Carnival did some changes that really helped out Embassy and Virgin. Virgin had a status match at that time. So people who were upper status, like Platinum and Diamond, were able to go over to Virgin a status match and get what they call Deep Blue perks, because they have a loyalty program over there. But you can still get Deep Blue perks by cruising on Virgin. So if you do like 4 or 5 cruises, I think it's 5 cruises on Virgin, you will get Deep Blue perks. And Deep Blue perks are free premium Wi-Fi, bar tab, free laundry, all kinds of stuff, y'all. Just all kinds of stuff that like diamonds don't even get on some of the other cruises. I mean, so I was just like not really shocked, but also feeling really shocked, okay, because there were so many people. It was the first time I'd ever seen lines on Virgin Voyages. And I said to my husband, who still kept saying, well, he had gotten so used to crowds now, he couldn't even really remember what it was like before. But if you see my videos from before, on the first time we went on Scarlet, there were no people around. This time there were people everywhere. And during the time that they locked down the decks, people were laying out on the inside on all the beautiful couches. They have a lot of couches and chairs and stuff everywhere. They were lounged like they were outside at the pool. They had on robes, they had on shorts, some of them had on hoodies, because hoodies were on sale for they were normally $80. They were on sale for $29.88. Yeah, I bought one. So it was pretty cool. I was laughing. I don't think I took a picture of it because I didn't want to embarrass anybody, but I do remember going down the hallway and making a video. So I may be able to show y'all what it looked like. It was funny. It just looked weird, but they did enjoy their cruise. They partied. We went to games. We went to parties. We had a good time. I think we had a better time this time than we had the first time, honestly. Now, true, the food is always good on Virgin. No matter what anybody tells you, it's good food, okay? I mean, everybody has their opinion, but it's good food. I'm a foodie. I'm going to tell you, I ate good. And there was a lot of things we tried this time that we didn't try, but there were still things I still didn't try. I ate a lot of candy. You know that. You knew that was going to happen, y'all. A lot of Swedish fish. What was I thinking? But also, I tried the wings every day. Kiki said she got a hold of a bad batch of wings, and I was thinking, oh, now that's just bad. But mine were good every day. Every day I ate wings from the social club. I had popcorn. what was it? They have a bunch of free snacks at the social club. So I had a really good time. Yeah. Good morning, Lori Barber, part of the Foodie Squad. Hi, girl. What is up? Yeah, you can tell I had a good time because I'm wearing red today. It's February. It is the month of red, y'all. We are only a year and some days out from the Unhinged cruise, which is a whole nother discussion. But we're not going to get into that discussion today because I'm too busy talking about Scarlet Lady. Our snow has turned into concrete. Yeah, it's the same here. It's ice now. It turned into ice, I think, before we even got home, girl, because I saw Jorge out there with a sledgehammer. Some people were shoveling, I guess, but my husband was out there with a sledgehammer just trying to get the gate open at our house. We have a gate on our driveway, and there was no getting that gate open, okay? we had to get it open to get the cars out. It was just crazy. So there you go. But anyway, so I see Mickey's Adventures, part of the Foodie Squad, is in here. Hi. Nettie said, we were in Cosmo the week before you went, and it was a red flag day and cold as heck. Brr, shiver, shiver. Yeah, I know. This winter was a winter in the Caribbean. Now, here's the thing, though, y'all. People who went to Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, and all of the Southern Caribbean, San Juan, St. Lucia, Barbados, they had warm weather, 80 degrees. We made a mistake. Now, look, from now on, and I told Jorge this, from now on, when I book a cruise during the wintertime, I'm going to the Southern Caribbean. Forget that. Yeah, Southern is the best word for what we should have seen. Southern Caribbean, y'all. Happy Monday, Mickey says. Hi. I'm so glad to see you. Hats on a Mission. This is Jeremy's mission channel for the homeless, where he makes hats for the homeless, which is pretty cool. So be sure and check that out, and be sure to connect with Jeremy. Thank you for the purple hearts, Mickey. I appreciate that. And be sure to give us a thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, Mickey, for reminding everybody. And Team Riz says, hey, WFYB. That's whatever floats your boat, or floaty boaty, as we call her. Hashtag creator won't work here, Mickey. Anyway, but I like the fact that you remembered it, because hashtag creator works and go live together. Be sure to go there before you come here and do that, because there's a lot of other people that don't come here that are there. So you'll be meeting the rest of our community, and that would be cool too. More to see says, I love it too. Trying to show up and support everyone. Thank you, girl. Thank you for showing up and supporting everyone. And I promise you, we will do the same. I've always go spare mouse. You never, Lee says, I have always go spare mouse. You never know when it breaks. Oh, I always have a spare mouse. This thing, I've had this mouse forever. Since they became like, Wi-Fi mouse or whatever, I've had that sucker. So I guess it was due to break. I don't know, but I'm really irritated right now, because that means I got to go out in the cold and go shopping, y'all. And I've avoided that for obvious reasons. Congrats to Trisha. Oh yeah, she's past 100 now. Trisha is at 110. Did I miss her? Trisha, did I miss you? It would not be hard to believe because of the way this is going right here. But yeah, congrats to Trisha. She's up over 100 now. And some other people are working on milestones. Like I think Nettie is working on 500. Or did you guys hit 500 already, girl? I need to be keep. I was just there. I should have checked while I was there. So there you go. I swear. But anyway, if you guys have a milestone you want to mention, let me know. Tomorrow is Q&A Tuesday. Q&A Tuesday. Don't forget to bring your questions with you. It's a great day to ask me a question. It's a great day for me to ask you a question. And it's a great day for people to ask anything, because every once in a while we're, as a combined group, we can answer stuff. And it doesn't have to be about cruising. It can be about any form of vacations. We are a vacations channel. In case you don't know, the reason the name of my channel is Foodies Vacations is because when I first started this channel, it was about my vacations. Foodies Vacations. A lot of people didn't put that together and they think that it's about food, which is hilarious. Well, it can't help but be about food a little bit because I am a foodie. Yeah, that's true. Happy birthday to my daughter, Kayla. Kayla, I haven't had a chance to talk to her yet this morning. I was freaking out because I couldn't get my mouse to work, but I will talk to her as soon as we get off here. She's in Indianapolis where it is freaking cold. I wasn't about to go up there today or yesterday even because it is freaking cold, but she knows I love her and I'd be up there if I could, but nobody's leaving this house. Jorge went to work this morning and I know that was rough for him because, after leaving the warm air that we met when we got back to Miami was warm. Which goes to show that maybe we should have stayed in Miami. But anyway, Miami was warm when we got back home. So we were happy about that. I had a good time in Miami, y'all. People always say to me, you had a good time in Miami. Yeah, it's a matter of doing your due diligence, thinking about what you like the most, and just doing it in Miami. Okay. You don't have to sit around and complain about, hey, this is Miami. I really don't want to go outside or whatever. Or I don't want to see South Beach. South Beach is, in my mind, like not the best place. It's a great place for young people because they like to party, and there's a beach there, so that makes it a good place. But there's also a beach on North Miami Beach. Okay. So you don't have to deal with South Beach. We might do North Miami Beach next time we're there. I don't know. I'm thinking about other places I want to see in Miami. Miami is a big place. A lot of people just underestimate it. Holy moly, an hour to go 6 miles, hour and a half, girl. It was an hour to get to the port. Then it was another half an hour to get all the way through. Girl, we were in that line at the port for at least a half an hour, at least. And with the windows down, my hair was like, whoosh. I was cracking up. I was like, by the time we get there, we're not going to be able to video anything. So I haven't even looked at the clips, but I will tell you now, my hair was a mess. Okay, I know that for sure. It was hilarious. I said all that money to get my hair done, and then it gets blown to smithereens the first day of the cruise. So, OMG, it was a nightmare. 2 hours in the Uber from the Brightline to the port, 2 miles, girl. 2 miles. We almost missed our ship tour on the Celebrity Beyond. And the marathon people were happy because it was a beautiful day. So I saw all of them running around while we were in traffic. They were walking by us because the race was over. And they had closed the port until 12 o'clock that day. So I imagine what happened is the ships came in, people got off the ships, and then they closed the port. So there was backed up traffic forever. And we were at the Hyatt, and this guy was talking about they closed the port. And my husband's, it was so funny. It was like E.F. Hutton. All of a sudden, he was like, "What you say?" He said they closed the port until 12. Excuse me, not at 12, until 12. And I was just thinking, okay, well, we don't have to be there till 1:45. But what we should have done, I guess, who knows? Well, we probably still would have gotten there about the same time, but we should have left right then. Okay, but I learned a lesson. Never, ever. When somebody tells me there's going to be a marathon, a marathon, and I don't know why they made it where they made it, but it was downtown. So that's what messed everything up. But if there's going to be a marathon, then I'm just going to not do that. Okay, I'm not going to go there. I'm just not going to go there. It wasn't real bad. Traffic wise, it wasn't worse than being in Los Angeles, to be honest with y'all. But who wants to be in Los Angeles in the traffic? So there we go. I know. Wow. Right. It was just crazy. Linnell from Poverty Paradise got stuck in the same traffic and nearly missed her cruise. I'm telling you, if we started at like 1 o'clock, I want to say 1 o'clock. We left at 1 o'clock. We actually left a little bit before 1 o'clock. Maybe it was 1 o'clock, but we didn't get there until like 2:30. So, if you had to be on a ship by 4 o'clock and you didn't leave by 2 o'clock, Yeah, it was touch and go. I'm telling you. But they also said that at our hotel. They said, be sure to call your carrier and make sure what time you should be there because a lot of people are having trouble getting onto the ship. But then I think also the ships realized that they were not going to probably be able to leave on time. I think even Virgin left a little bit late. I mean, it always leaves like after dark. But I think even given that situation, they realized a lot of people were not going to make it there in time. So, cruise ships, they do tend to, they'll bend a little bit for their customers. So Ron says, oh my God, y'all, that's bananas. May have to walk that. Yeah. Walking it was probably the best thing to do. Or running the marathon was probably the best thing to do. I saw your comments and I was so excited. She's talking about my comments on her videos. Yeah, I was laughing because, we've never been to Mazatlan and we've been talking about going on the Mexican. We've been to Cabo. That's the only place there that we have been. But we've been talking about going to Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, all those places. So we were glad to watch and see what y'all did. It was beautiful, by the way. Tricia says, hi, friends. I'm at work. Just jumped on to listen for a bit before next meeting. I was just talking about you. I don't know if you got a chance to hear it or not, but I'm so happy that you are in the community now. And I'm so glad that we met. That's just, yeah, I'm going to try to go out and meet more. And y'all should do this too. Go out and meet more channels that have the same need to, don't go out just to connect to people. Go out there and meet new channels, see what they're about, comment in their comments, tell them what you think of their videos, talk about what they're talking about. Just do it, okay? Because first of all, you may make a new friend. You may actually get a new connection, and also you might learn some stuff. That's the biggie right there, because we tend to get the top of the charts as far as our information. We get it from the people that are at 100,000, 200,000 subscribers. But the funny thing is there are a lot of new people out there that know even more stuff. Think about it. Just because you have a smaller channel doesn't mean that you don't know more stuff. It just means you just started. So, hey, go out there and meet some people. It's good news, Morris says. I've been drinking. And Amy will tell you, I fall down when I'm sober. That's the quote that she likes to say about me. It's true. I can fall down when I'm sober. So you can imagine how funny that looked. I was trying to go down the hallway, y'all. And this is me. I'm like rocking to one side to the other side, going forward, going back. I'm glad nobody was recording me. Kiki, if you recorded me, I will find out. People will be saying, we saw you go down the hallway. Anyway, Flow Farm, welcome in. Hello, Fruity, welcome in. We're up here talking about the Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady cruise I just came off of and the Port of Miami. And Eddie says, we went to Paradise Beach. I wish I had a blanket. Oh, yeah, I know. And it was, Kiki says, now this I'm taking from her because we both went at the same time to Bimini Beach Club, which, by the way, was not hot, was not cold. I mean, if you were just sitting there, it was perfect. But the pool was freaking cold because Jorge dipped his toe in it and said no. I wish he had done that at the beach because Kiki said the water was warm. And I like walking through the water on the beach. I don't know about y'all, but that's my thing. I like to walk down the line of the beach and let the water kind of splash you and whatnot. But I didn't do it because I thought since he said the pool was cold, then obviously the water was going to be cold in the beach. I mean, in the ocean, but no, it wasn't. So there you go. Never assume. Never assume the water is cold. Another t-shirt idea. Good news, I have been drinking. Good news, I was drinking, y'all. I was drinking. So it did not affect me. As Amy says, I bought some pretty fabulous red shoes with sparkles and a white dress with red hearts for my Virgin cruise. Girl, so you did the Dorothy Wizard of Oz red shoes with sparkles look. Oh, I can't wait to see this. Girl, that's going to be fabulous. Amy has a great story on her channel about how she got her Virgin voyage with another free cruise offer. Check it out. She's smart. She figured out how to match her cruise. And you guys need to check that out if you want to go on Virgin. Travel Cake Trips. Welcome back, Vicky. Yes, tell us all the tea. LOL. Virgin Voyages rocks. Hello to everyone in the chat. Kathy has been on Virgin. She will tell you it is a very unusual experience. I mean, anytime, sweetie, anytime. But look, I'm way behind y'all. I am so behind that I better just start rolling down here. That's great. You saw her in the terminal. I did from a distance. I said, oh my God, I know who that is. Anyway, it was hilarious. And she looked at me and I think it took her a second to go, wait a minute, that's Vicky. Carol says, hi, I'm late coming to the chat. Hi, everyone. I will definitely watch the replay to catch what I missed. Carol, yeah, I've just been talking about the Scarlet Lady and the Miami debacle, because that's what it was. We love wings, girl. I love wings. And More to See says it's all ice in New Jersey. I believe that, y'all. Look, I know it gets cold in Jersey anyway. Trisha says, oh, wow, I hope the weather is better when we go to Cozumel in March. We're going to Paradise Beach. Probably so. The weather was better by the time we left. So I'm thinking that it's going to be better, But it was definitely cold, y'all. It was not cold. It was like 68 degrees, but there was no humidity like there normally is, So there you go. We are at 570. Why didn't you tell me? It has gone down by 3. Yeah, it's going to keep doing that, girl. I mean, every day it's like up, down, up, down. Hello to you. We'll check your channel out, Travel Cake Trip says. To talking to More to See. Yes, please do. They are a channel that you should check out. Amy says, just hit 700. You go, girl. I'm putting out my summary video up today and show how much I saved in the past 12 months using casino deals. It's insane. I know. Nobody ever talks about this, and Amy does, about not only can you get free cruises, but more importantly, you can get your cruises a lot cheaper. Okay, if you are a casino player. Casino. I did not mention the weirdest part of this cruise. I will be doing a casino tour, but y'all, I did not play in the casino that much, even though I wanted to, but I was so mad. Do you know why I was mad? To get a free cruise on Virgin, you have to have, drum roll, a free cruise on one sailing, 3,000 points. I didn't say 300. I didn't say 30,000. I said 3,000 points, y'all. And the bad news about that, it only takes 2,500 points to become prime tier on Royal, meaning not only will you get a free cruise, but you get free drinks and all kinds of stuff for a whole year. To get to that tier on Virgin takes 5,000 points, twice as much. So I was mad. And it was bad enough that Scarlet Ladies, they had they had Dragon Link, they had Fire Link, but they didn't have Mo Mummy. They did have the wolf one with the pigs. What's it called? Huff and Even More Puff. They had that. They didn't have any 3 reels except for Wheel of Fortune. That was one of the things that ticked me off. From the moment I walked in there, I was like, are you kidding me right now? Y'all have nothing in here but digital. But then I realized Scarlet Lady has always been notorious for being one of the smallest casinos on sea. But they added more machines. Now, the bad news about that is they're all new machines, okay? So they had a lot of new machines in here and no old machines. And I love the old machines, y'all. So More to See says they're going to check you out too, Travel Cake Trips. Yay. Hey, so thankful I hit 650 subs, 100 more since 118. Girl, well, that's because you've been, working it, okay? 118, 100 more subs. Ooh, girl, it's just a matter of time and you're going to be over that milestone. I'm telling you. Congrats, Carol. I'll check you out later. That port line was crazy. The port line was crazy. And the only reason we got to the front of it is because we had the deep blue perks. Now, the deep blue perks, like I said, you can get those. Status Match is closed right now. They say it's done. I believe it because Carnival came in with a vengeance, okay? And now they got a lot of Carnival people in there, okay? That's how this There's a lot of people on Virgin right now that were Carnival Platinums and Diamonds, okay? But they closed down the Status Match. But you can still get the deep blue perks by going 4 or 5 times. I'll have to look at the loyalty program and tell y'all for sure. That might be a good question for Q&A Tuesday because I would love to talk about their loyalty program. That casino program, though. Oh, and what really killed me about it, y'all, I sat down a few times in the casino, and they have these people that walk around. And this one lady came over and she was trying to explain to me how to use the freaking band to get into the slot machine and all that stuff. And she kept saying to me, well, you could use your money from your room. I looked at her like, I know you tripping. I ain't using my money. Plus, they're going to charge you too. They charge you for doing that on that ship. So I just laughed. I said, I could do a lot of things. I could jump off this ship. That's not an option. 3,000 points. Like I'm going to get 3,000 points with money on my card. How many points is that? 3,000. Okay, it's 1 point for $5. That's $15,000. And you guys, I consider myself to be, I have a pretty good standing with casino slots. I mean, I usually can play them for a while. I mean, I pretty much know which ones to play and what level, what denom seems to play best and that kind of stuff. But even at that, I am not going to try and get 3,000 points. It was just crazy. So there you go. So what I did end up playing was a lot of Dragon Link, and my best slot machine on Virgin so far has been Firelink. Ultimate Firelink China Street. Yeah. Okay. I won a lot of money on that, but I played it back in too because I would win it. The next day I would go back and play some more. So there you go. So I didn't spend that much money. I think I spent less than I've ever spent in a casino, except for on MSC. And I just kept playing, winning it and playing it, winning it. But at one point I won enough money that I just went shopping. I bought the hoodie and a bunch of other stuff. So, but I didn't have a goal for trying to get a free cruise and nothing like that. I did do a casino tour because a lot of people don't know this. There are not a lot of casino tours for Scarlet Lady. And Scarlet Lady is unusual. There were no smokers around. Okay. And inside the den is another little place. They have a high limit room, which the only thing that was high limit in there was the Dragon Links and the table games. Everything else in there, they did have a Top Dollar and something else in there that was the only 3 reels that I saw besides Wheel of Fortune. But yeah, casino wise, I'm sorry, but I'll have to do like you, sweetie. I'll have to do like you, Amy, and just match stuff because that ain't gonna happen. Oh my goodness, that sounds like complete chaos. It was. That is great news. Carol, we will check your channel out as well. She has a great channel. You guys need to check her out. Travel, yes, we see. There were a bunch of people walking to from downtown yesterday at Port Miami and don't even try the free trolley. Yeah, free trolley kept going by. Unless you want to wait for 90 minutes. So Travel, you was in Miami. I did not know that. Thanks. I will do the same, Carol said. And okay, let's try and come down a little. Darn, I missed it. You missed it. Oh no. So true. I love making love connections. I love making connections. I shouldn't have said love connections. That is not what it said. New friends and get tips from everyone. I take notes from everyone on things to do and things to avoid on our next adventure. A lot of knowledge in here about cruises. So if you go to everybody's channel, just even in this chat, there's a lot of knowledge, y'all. There's So many people that cruise all the time. Travel says no matter what your boarding time is at Miami, you should get there by 10 a.m. unless it's Virgin, especially with all the Royal Caribbean construction. Virgin is very touchy about boarding. They will not let you board a minute before you get to board, and they will line you up by your boarding time. Know this. So normally on Virgin, if you get there at 1 o'clock and your boarding time is until 1:40, but chances are your boarding time will be 2:40 because normally they board later than anybody else. You can drop off your luggage and go and leave if you want to, but they don't board until like 2 o'clock for general open boarding, 2:30, maybe 2:45. So if you got a boarding time of 2:45, get there at 2:30 because you're going to wait. In line with a bunch of people boarding at 2:45. They're very touchy about boarding. So just know that. That is your cruise tip of the day. Do not get there early for Virgin. Anybody else? You can probably get there early and still get on. Royal gets people on so fast, that it doesn't matter what time you get there. You're probably going to board. It's just so fast. That is my favorite thing about Royal, by the way, the boarding. They used to suck. Years ago, you were in that freaking terminal for like an hour, it seemed like. But now, unless you're a navigator of the seas in California, that's a whole nother story. But if you're in Miami, Royal just rolls you through. It's just like they make sure you fill out all your information on your app. If you do that, you get express boarding, okay? That's what that's about. If that's what it means. When you see that sign, that means that you've already filled out everything you were supposed to do on your app. And you've already been told that you're done. Then you can just go on and get on the ship. Will, hey, welcome in, Will. How are y'all doing? Welcome in. We're here talking about cruising on a Monday. I'm back from my Virgin Voyages cruise. Congratulations on all the new subs, Carol. I know, subs, it's nice, but the best thing about it is you got more of a community now. Once you start getting a bigger community, it becomes a little more fun because you get to talk with them and post to them, and sort of like a Facebook situation, only better. Because you're going to know them better because you're going to see videos and whatnot. Carol says, hey, Amy, thank you. I've been watching your videos. You're a great teacher. She really is very detailed. I need to start taking notes. Yeah, me too, dear. Awesome, Carol. More to see says, we have not sold Virgin yet, but want to. I'm taking notes. If you have any questions, tomorrow is Q&A Tuesday. Just saying. Shameless plug there. Double dipping for you today, Vicki. Thank you. This is the other Ryan. Same Ryan. PK Adventures, and he is a Foodie Squad member. Hey, Ryan. PK Adventures, also typing hashtag girl. Amy says, we only have a few minutes left, and I got a funny feeling I am way behind, y'all. Just feeling, I guess I got plenty of time to try and take local transportation from the Fort Lauderdale airport to Miami airport. My boarding isn't until 2:45, and my flight lands at 9:30 a.m. Yeah, I think you got a little time. I think you do. Okay. What was the name again of the slot that did you well on Virgin? It was Firelink China Street. Ultimate Firelink China Street. I really did love that. I spent way too much time on that slot machine. I am there next weekend, and I have been doing bad on Huff and Puff. I never do well on Huff and Puff, so I need a new one to lose money with, LOL. Yeah, I get it. Y'all, it is not moving. Oh, dear. Okay, let's see if I can get it to move. Okay, there we go. I made it move way too much that time. No, it didn't move. Maybe I'm at the bottom. I don't think so. Yes, I am. No way. Virgin is trying to create a velvet rope-like line, so you're getting into some exclusive nightclub in Manhattan or Vegas. Hate it. I didn't think of it that way. They do have a rock star situation. If you book as a rock star, you get everything. You just walk on the ship. And if you have priority boarding is with Deep Blue Perks, you also can walk on the ship. Do not stand in the line. The lady told me, because there was a bunch of people in the line that had Deep Blue Perks and had priority boarding, but for some reason, people were sending them to this line. And I told her, I said, you know, I was supposed to board at 1:45. She said, okay, and took us to the front. So there you go. If you talk to the right person, you can get on. So everybody's typing hashtag grow. Yeah. I'm not sick. I'm just having, I guess you could say, this is my welcome home present from Kentucky. You know, the watery eyes, the runny nose. I'm not even sick, but I feel like I'm sick because of the allergies. As soon as I hit this airspace, I'm sick like this. Not sick, but, you know, looking like I'm sick. Hey, there's Cruising Capers, Bernice. I haven't sold Vivi yet. Hopefully this year. Yes, it's going to be a fun time. Foodie time. Hey, it's got part of the Foodie Squad. Hey. Nettie, I will check out your channel. Yes, please do check out Nettie's channel. She's been telling me she needs watch time hours, so please do hit some of her playlists and see some of her great cruises. She cruises a lot. You know, I didn't even see your cruise from the Breeze yet. Have you put up anything? I think you may have not put anything up for the Breeze yet, but I was just curious. More to see. Travel Yes We says Virgin also doesn't honor loyalty on casino deals. It's the only cruise line that doesn't honor loyalty perks. Well, I don't know, sweetie. Amy was telling me, though, that she got a status match on her cruise. So I don't know. Her free cruise, I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Maybe you're talking about they don't honor Prime from, they don't honor Prime from Royal or any of the other loyalties from that way. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Scott. Okay, so we're almost at 11 o'clock. I'm at the bottom. I don't believe it. That's a Trey. Hey, hello, welcome back. Happy Monday. Hey guys, what is up? You guys, I enjoyed this cruise. I really did. I enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed the Freedom of the Seas, if not more. And the reason why mostly was because, like I said, I got a chance to meet Ray. Excuse me, Ray and Kiki, first of all. And secondly, my husband seemed a lot more relaxed. He was very familiar with Scarlet Lady from the last time we were there. And I think he was a little more relaxed. He sure did love that hammock. Almost as much as you, Kiki. I could not get his butt out of that hammock. I was like, it's only one hammock, y'all. And I was sitting there thinking, am I going to get on there? Sure enough, he finally gets out of there. And that's when the wind started whipping up and everything. So I'm out there and I could feel the hammock going like this. And I was like, this isn't good. I don't like this, you know. So my experience on the hammock was not as good as his, but he really did enjoy it. Nettie says, working on the Breeze as we type. I think I'll put it up in the middle of the Bliss videos and then finish with the Ovation from last year. I had a lot of computer issues lately. Me too. Y'all, that is a thing. I had computer issues. I've been trying to finish my Freedom video. I haven't finished it. I've been working on it and I worked on it yesterday. And my computer has been acting crazy. So I don't know if this has to do with the Wi-Fi, the weather, whatever. But Nettie, love your videos. I'll be by to watch some more for sure. They are great videos. Because Nettie's personality is just funny to me because she's very honest about stuff. She likes to tease JT. So they're really sweet. Travel says you get a status much, but you don't get the loyalty perks if it's a casino deal. None of the blue perks. That's true. And here's another thing. Deep Blue Perks benefits apply. None of them apply on casino bookings. It's goofy. Now, here's what's crazy about that. Not only that, but that particular cruise, if it's a casino cruise, will not count as one of the cruises you need for Deep Blue Perks. That's something that's really crazy. It's like you get 5 cruises. If they're normal cruises, they're not casino, they're not like deeply discounted or something crazy like that. Those will count toward the Deep Blue Perks. And you'll get, like free water and all that other stuff, a bar tab. They gave me $100 bar tab in the agency that booked us through Virgin Red. With our points, they gave us 150. So we had $250, and that was quite enough for me and Jorge. We do not drink that much. So even on that cruise, I think we were down to like $20 when we got off the cruise. I mean, we still hadn't used all of it. So that was pretty cool. And there's specials going on. There are specials going on right now. We may talk about that on Thursday. On Thrifty Thursday, we talk about sales. Virgin is having a sale right now. On Royal, your Crown and Anchor benefits are valid on casino bookings. Yeah, that's true. If you book a casino cruise on Royal, then you will still get all of your perks. I did. So we love Virgin Voyage. We take one Virgin cruise a year. So you guys have probably got the real loyalty by this point. Yoda says, hi, Yoda. I'm working and lurking. Hello. Welcome in. So you guys, is it 11 o'clock? It really is 11 o'clock. Oh my gosh. If you are Diamond and Platinum on Carnival, you can be at the Deep Blue status quicker. Well, they closed the freaking status match. They closed it on the 16th of January. And the reason I know this is because my husband, I guess he didn't hear me the first time I said it. He never status matched. And when he got ready to status match, we found out that it closed on January 16th. So, woohoo, after party time. Now, I ain't going to be able to stay on too long, y'all, because as you can tell, I'm running out of breath, and I'm beginning to, I ain't going to be able to stay on too long today because I'm running out of breath. Virgin is a great product. It really is. Excuse me. If you like specialty dining and you like good food, and you like that feeling of not having to worry about, bothering anybody's children or their children bothering you or whatever may be the case, there are no kids around. And that adult feel is a total different feel. You will feel like you're on a yacht. I know. It's a weird feeling. It's not like a normal cruise feeling. It's like a yacht feeling. That's why I say the way that they're set up, everything is sort of a little more chic. A little more contemporary, okay? The furniture is contemporary, like IKEA. Somebody said that on Kiki's Live yesterday, and that is so true. That's what it feels like. And also, it's a little more of a European flair because it's an English product. With Richard Branson. Richard Branson is 71 years old. Maybe 72. No, maybe he's 73. He's up there. So people are always saying, well, what age is right for Virgin? I guess 73, y'all, because Richard's still on Virgin. Okay, he still goes on those sailings and stuff. So there you go. And that's his baby. Anyway, so you guys, I'm going to get off of here. Yeah, I'm going to get off of here because I'm out of breath. But I will be here tomorrow for Q&A Tuesday. But before I go, I would like to play one thing here, and it's coming up. So I wanted to play. This is Ryan.
Get ready to bring sexy back. This February, it's Ryan's 50th birthday bash. 7 nights, 3 ports of call, 1 epic celebration aboard Virgin Voyage's Resilient Lady. We will set sail out of beautiful Miami, Pate at sea. And we'll end up splashing around in the beautiful Jamaican waterfalls of Ocho Rios. Then, off to beautiful Grand Cayman, where we will snorkel in the crystal waters. Dance till the sunset at Bimini's Private Beach Club. Oh yeah! Virgin Voyages is adult only. World-class dining, late-night parties that glow scarlet. This ain't a regular cruise, it's Ryan's 50th Bringing Sexy Back birthday cruise. Join the party February 7th through 14th, 2026. Reach out to Ryan and Melinda to book, or book with any travel agent you want. Just drop us a line to let us know that you're coming. we can do the swish and backside sizzle together. We'll see ya.
Ryan is too sexy for this chat. Yeah, I had to play that because Ryan's birthday is coming up. He's going to turn 50. I'm virgin. He's a 50-year-old virgin. I love it. But anyway, so I hope you have a blast, sweetie. But yeah, that's just funny. Ryan. But we're going to get off here. I'm so stopped up. There was something else I wanted to tell y'all, but now, shoot, I can't even remember what it was now. That's how this day is going. I do love that song, Sexy Back. I'm too sexy for the chat, too sexy for the chat. Well, how about that? I know, right? I know. Oh, you guys are funny. So anyway, thank you guys for coming in today. I'm going to roll out because I'm going to have to take some medication. Probably some cough medication. Even though I'm not coughing, I'm just so stuffed up. Probably some allergy medication. And that's going to wipe me completely out, y'all. What allergy medication always makes me sleepy. So I'll probably be asleep. I do have to run to the grocery store. We ain't going to be able to eat today if I don't run to the grocery store today. To all the superheroes who are out in the cold getting the groceries, kudos to you. That's all I can say. Somebody had to go outside the door and go get some food. So the rest of the family would not starve. Yeah. So anyway, you guys have a great day. And as we're going out, I'm talking about the other group cruises that come in 2027 because we got cruises coming in 2027. And like I said, y'all, tomorrow, be sure and have your questions ready. Any Q&A questions you want to ask about vacations. If I can't answer it, which, hey, it's just a lot of stuff I can't answer, then I'm sure there's somebody in this group that can, because we are a whole bunch of vacationers. And everybody check out everybody's channel if you get a chance. I know it's a lot of channels, y'all. So, just try to put us on a watch list or something and watch every once in a while. That would be great. I hope you guys have better weather. It's getting up to 33 today here. It's not going to be like a tropical heat wave. You guys have a good time. I'll see y'all tomorrow.